This is Eli Perlman-Storch coming to you from the Trocadero in downtown Philadelphia. We're here for Sons of Ben the movie. We're going to go inside, see who's around, players and filmmakers who are involved in the creation of this film, try and learn a little bit more about the movie, and we'll bring that to you. Seen the movie, and we immediately went to the most glamorous person here at the big event.
Thank you.
We were with Amy Rivera, Vice President of the Sons of Ben. First thoughts, what did you think of the movie?
I thought the movie was amazing. It tells the story that so many people within the organization know, but a lot of people don't know. And a lot of people don't know the ins and outs of what it took and how long it took to get this team here. I loved that story, but what I loved even more was the personal aspect that they took to it and how many hours of our lives go into this every single week, from the founding members to the board today. It's a really big testament to how much we love this team and how much we love this group.
You mentioned the personal aspect. You know these people. How accurately do you think everyone was portrayed up there?
I have to say, it's an honest view of everyone that I have come to know. You see us in the stands, and that is 100% passion that comes from us. You see Corey and Brad and Brian on the screen, and those are the guys I know. Those are the guys that I have come to respect and get to know and take the seat of within this board, and to get to see them and their point of view and what they went through, it brought me back to those beginning days.
So now that you've seen this movie, now that other people are going to see this movie, what's next for the Sons of Ben? Do you have something big planned for your next move now that you guys are all celebrities?
Well, Sons of Ben movie 2. No, I have no idea. Our plan is to always just grow and support our team and support our members and continue the initiatives that we've started within Chester and continue to make them grow. Each year, everything that we do seems to get a little bit bigger and a little bit better. We have a new lot now. We have a new building. We're trying to get that off the ground and really turn that into something big. And I would love to see all of those things happen in the next few years.
Well, best of luck with all your endeavors.
You.
I think we just got photobombed by Karif Gabriel. But enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you so much.
We're here with Andrew Wanger. Andrew, how much of that story did you know coming to this team? Obviously, you're a guy from this area, but how much of that story did you already know, and how much did you learn tonight?
Yeah, I knew, I guess, briefly how the organization started, not some of the hardships that were involved, and not how closely involved they were in getting some of the public money along the way. And I think, it was a fantastic story and one that needed to be told.
So as a film, it was obviously an interesting way they went about finding all the old clips and the current stuff. What did you think of it as a movie?
Yeah, I'm not a film critic or anything, but I think it did a good job of telling the story. I learned a lot tonight, and I got chills at one point. So if a filmmaker can give me chills, I think that's a pretty good thing.
So this you have this fan base, you know how they behave, you know how they support this team, but knowing that I don't know, that background is there, does that change the way you look up at them as you look at the River End when you're playing at PPL Park?
It gives a bit of understanding. Sometimes when they're cursing us out and understanding things that they're not happy, we understand how much they care about us and what they put in to make this team happen. So it just sheds a bit of understanding.
All right, next up we found Steve Holroyd, soccer historian, PSP contributor. He's been on our KYW Philly Soccer Show a couple times. I saw your face during the movie. They didn't get all of the Philly soccer history in there. What more that I know you talked about would you have liked to see in that movie?
I would have liked to see some more commentary about how Philadelphia deserved a team not just because of the great work of the Sons of Ben, but because there was a rich soccer history here. I understand I wasn't part of the story, but I would have liked to see more of that, especially where they actually had a passing nod to St. Louis's history. I thought that was a bit rough to take because ours is much better.
Aside from that, what did you think of the film itself?
It told a great story because the reality is this team is here in large part because of the efforts of Brian James and the original Sons of Ben. And it's in a sport in this country, this MLS 2.0 that we keep talking about really is a culture of fan support, and in a way that the original North American Soccer League wasn't. MLS as it was originally constructed wasn't. So it was great that it told the story that fans who cared were able to come together and do what needed to be done to bring a team to this city. So it was a great piece. It was well worth seeing. I'm glad it's finally out, and congratulations to everybody involved.
All right, we tracked down Shawn Williams. Shawn, quite a scene in there. What did you think of the turnout tonight?
Yeah, it was awesome. They make it a fun atmosphere, and it's like they're at a game. They're being funny and loud like they always are. So it was fun to watch a movie, especially with that crowd.
There was plenty of chanting and cheering going on throughout. How much of that story did you know going into what you saw tonight?
Yeah, so I know a couple of the guys, and I know Corey really well, so I had heard his side of the story. Didn't know some of the other guys as well, and haven't heard their side of the story. So it was nice to see, a little bit more of the pieces come together for me.
So as this movie is now going to make the rounds, what do you think this does for the union in the, I guess I wouldn't say the film community, but around MLS as this film comes out?
Yeah, it's definitely it shows what a group of people in a city can do when they want something bad enough, and it's an incredible story, and it definitely gets their story out there to the masses, and I hope a lot of people go out and see it and enjoy it, because it really is a special accomplishment what they were able to do.